Hey folks, this is Doug on Wheels, and today we're going to look at my biggest RV project ever. This is my log cabin RV. Okay, I'm just kidding. In this vlog, I'm actually covering the story of moving this 19th century log building out of a field in Ashe County, which is near the headwaters of the New River, to our home in the North Carolina high country. Now, I've kind of been a picker since I was in elementary school, and this is one of my biggest pick attempts ever. Mary and I had been looking at this cabin for a few years since the state started a widening project on 221 near our home. It went from being a roadside craft store to being moved back into a field behind a new state DOT fence. I'd left notes on the building saying I'd like to purchase it. I found an address a few months later and sent it to a letter asking the owners if I could purchase it. And finally went to ask Michael and Frida if they would sell it to us. It was a pretty sweet story. We found them sitting on their carport, and after a couple hours of visiting with this sweet, godly couple, they agreed to sell it to us if the current purchasers didn't contact them in a week. Now, after a week, I contacted her, and sure enough, she said she hadn't heard anything from the person who offered to buy it, so we were now the fourth people to try and buy this little log building. The previous people couldn't figure out a way to get permission to get it through the fence or to find a storage building mover company that could handle its height and its weight. Now, personally, I knew if there's a will, there's a way. So this is the story of us purchasing it. Here I am with Michael as we're taking a look at the building. He hadn't been over to see it in a couple years, so we were just looking at it and figuring out if its condition was good enough. We did, and of course, beyond that, looking at the building was now the prep of our property. We received the building. First of all, we removed two trees. This is one tree that was growing near our house, and I knew once building was added, it had been very hard to remove, and long term it was going to need to be removed. So we got permission from an HOA to take down this and another tree. This is the one that was not really endangering the house, but long term wasn't good for it. The other truly was a dangerous tree, and that's the large white pine. It's about 26 inches to 30 inches at its base, depending on where I measured it, and it was over 100 feet tall. This tree, according to local arborists, is a pretty dangerous one to have near your house. It has so much water in these white pine that they act as a lightning rod. It also stood taller than all of the hardwood around it and was prone to being, blown over in storms, which actually wasn't going to endanger my house, but certainly would our neighbors, as all the trees seemed to fall to what is the south of our house because of the shale that's in the ground. So this was just good preventative maintenance, and it also was going to be the source of a whole lot of lumber, because once this tree is cut down, I'll cover this in the next video, but we sent it off to a log mill where it was milled into lumber for us. So you'll see when this comes down just how incredibly large and heavy and potentially scary this tree could be if it was hit by lightning or blown over in a severe storm. Yep, that's a big tree. So we were going to put the log building in the area nearer to our house. There's a certain setback in a HOA of 20 feet here, so we had to make sure to put it back from our neighbor's property line. And long term, the idea is to surround this in kind of a garden with different plants and plantings and a fire pit. But we needed to get some access for our property. We had to create actually a secondary driveway. And so the building moving company I hired came out and prepped this spot for me after I picked up or had ordered a drain tile. Here we are getting ready to move it. This is moving day, or what was supposed to be moving day. and ran into a little glitch here with moving it because of an accident that happens in the road in front of us on this day. But we get it on a trailer. It is actually a very small little trailer, but it was designed to hold maybe a bobcat or a tractor or maybe even this bulldozer, but here they're putting a whole building on it. And they strap it down, they secure each of the corners. Note how they've done this, which really locked the building in. They said this is how they've done it with log buildings, and these people moved all of these log buildings, or all the buildings, during the widening project. They actually created a temporary driveway for it, and here's the day that we're moving the building.
All right, well, here we go. Going down the road, we caught a nice moment with not a car coming or going. And we're pulling into our development, but man alive, do those tires on that trailer look overloaded. I don't think it, oh man, oh look at that thing lean. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Okay, well, we'll see how she does up the hill here in just a minute. Okay, we're good on that power line. Yeah, that was the only power line I think we have to worry about. Cleared that one. All right. Here we go here. Okay. Oh boy, hope that arm doesn't come down. It should be fine. There we go. Okay. Well, in just a moment here, I'll find out how my tree trimming went, which I worked on for days. I think I'm going to be okay. It really doesn't seem as high as I thought it might. So I think we're going to be all right. Yep. All right. I cleared everything I cleared out. It looks good, boy. Okay. I did it. Yes. Okay. Every tree got missed. Okay. Now the only thing is just the hill. Woo, baby. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Lord have mercy. Okay, we've sistered the two vehicles together with the chain, and we're waiting to get going here. Okay, here we go. Sure they're getting it in four-wheel drive low. There we go. Okay. We'll just see here. I'm going to stay way back. Lord. This is not the corner I'm worried about. It's the next one. So steep. They're running this like 2 engines going up there. Heavenly Father, it's getting steep here. Yes, sir. Keep him safe. Okay. We seem to be going. Alrighty. I'm sitting way back now. Next couple corners will tell. Jeez, it's just ratcheting. Come on, Lord. Hold it together. You can't, folks, you can't see how steep that is, but that is steep. I've got the camera level right now. So this is level. That's going up. It just, cameras don't do justice for how steep things are. Okay, hold the corner. To me, this is the hardest point right here. Okay, let's see here. Okay. One more hard corner and we're done. Wow, okay. Well, we're through the worst of it, I think. All the trees. Here we go. Last pitch. Last pitch. Stay back here. Stay on the road. Stay on the road. There they go. You get it? Yes. One last little bit. One last little pitch here. And again, that's level right here. This, the last little bit. You're up on the gravel now. Okay, well, undid the dual engine, and now we're running with the one truck. Just about there. We'll go in the cul-de-sac, turn around, and then we'll see about moving it back up the hill. Okay. Okay.
Back up, get the tire turned down there good.
Yeah, yep. Okay, boy. A little bitty 8-point turn, but it worked. There we go. All right. Well, hopefully the last part's the easy part, but we'll see. Yeah.
As they're working to back this trailer in, let me just remind you, please like, subscribe, maybe even share this with someone. I'm really having fun doing these YouTube vlogs, and this has been a lot of fun. I hope you'll come along for other adventures and projects. Now, a couple things about this as they're backing it up. The fellow that is moving this is a second-generation mover. He's 80-year-old Mr. Bare, B-A-R-E. And his father started moving homes when they built the Blue Ridge Parkway through Ashe and Watauga counties. And here he's moving this. He said this is a very easy building to move for him, and I believed him after he moved it. I just couldn't believe we were actually going to move it this way and move a building of this size with an F-150 pickup truck, but he obviously knows what he's doing. So they're using a hydraulic lift system that has 4 different pistons here that allow the building to be lifted in an absolute level state. So here they are lifting it up off the trailer and getting it ready to pull the trailer out from under it. It's a little nerve-wracking seeing these little loosely laid cinder blocks that aren't on the graveled pads that I was preparing for this trailer, because they're going to put those down once they pull it out. But they here have the building about 3 feet off the ground at the front, which is probably 5 feet at the back, precariously perched there. It looked like it was actually going to tap, but praise the Lord, it didn't. And so they were able to then, after this, lower the building back down, kind of stair-stepping it 6 to 8 inches at a time, removing the different blocks and wood blocks and material, and then finally putting it down on a level footing. So, pretty exciting. This actually cost me, well, 30% more than the purchase of the building to move. It still came out at a pretty inexpensive rate. And here our fellows are, these 2 old-timers. This is not Mr. Bear, but his helpers, who set the building, get it leveled up and set onto our property. So after getting it set, there's obviously tons of work to do, making sure the building gets prepped. The first thing I did was replace that little light that is on the top, as well as some hardware so the building could be locked. Here I'm putting in an old-fashioned, purchased off of Etsy, antique shade. Then I have to pressure wash the deck. Wasn't sure of the actual condition of the deck, but it turns out it was all pretty new. In fact, the roof is new on this, and the deck was relatively new. Once pressure washed and stained, it really came out looking like pretty new lumber. So I'm very pleased with that. Well, now this is my wife sharing about her impression at Christmas.
Okay, so we got some of our porch decorated. I don't know about the blue lights, but why we have blue, I don't know. Okay, but Dad has his new prize. There it is. Looks like a Christmas ornament.
A gingerbread house.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, we still got some way to go, but happy Christmas.
This is going to wrap it up for part 1 of this 2-part project for the log cabin move. Hope you'll hit that subscribe and notification bell so that you can hear when the next part comes out. And this is Doug on Wheels with wife Mary and dog Sarah, saying thanks a lot for joining us in this project, and I hope you'll be a part of many more fun ones to come. God bless you.
Oh, hello. Are you happy? Go this way. Sarah, this way. Come on.